I can't keep up. I give up. This game sucks. Everything about this game is bad. This game is too easy and it's too hard. Suck my dick. I hope you die. Howdy there, my name is Liaker, and welcome to what I potentially think may be one of the most, if not the most popular fan game of all time. It being, of course, Five Nights at Candy's. You most likely have heard of it, and maybe even played it. You probably have even seen some designs from the game itself.
She kinda bad though.
Unless you've been living in a nation that's thousands of years behind us, such as Argentina, I don't know how you can just have missed the game through this entire almost 10-year lifespan. But anyway, Five Nights at Candy's, created by Emo Ace Mako, which even to this day is still worked on by him, which is impressive considering this game is almost 9 years old now, and soon probably going to be, which makes me feel way older than I actually am. When jumping into the game, we don't really get anything special. It's a FNAF style menu, not much to be talked about. Starting the game, we get thrown into this very FNAF 1-like office with a door to your left and to your right, and a glass window to your front, which you can also close. Why? I'll tell you later. We have a camera system which has both a normal and night mode, the normal being completely useless and one that you just don't want to touch at all. We're also presented to the first two animatronics of the game, Candy and Cindy, which slowly make their way towards the door on both of your sides, in which you'll then be able to see the lights from their eyes. Which of course is your cue to close it. Nothing exciting happens in night 1 because it's a FNAF fan game. What do you expect? After we finish the night, we get this little cutscene here. We don't really see anything except the conveyor. And when looking to our left, we see this thing called Vinny. I'm not joking, that's his name. He just kind of stares at you for eventually doing a little jump scare, which did actually scare me, unfortunately. Nothing much is shown. We quickly move on to night 2, where we see a little change with the addition of this fucking monkey called Chester the Chimpanzee. What he does? Basically in the exact same way as Candy and Cindy. He goes to your door, you see his light, you close the door. Very exciting. Another animatronic we were presented to this night is also the penguin, which you want to make 100% sure you keep this little shit out of your office, because this fucker, if he gets in, won't kill you. Instead, he'll just keep opening the doors and eventually leading to your death.
Watch your mouth, little boy.
So yeah, keep this little fuckboy out. Night 2 is really just more of the same. Nothing more happens, and eventually you just win. And again, like the last night, we can hear children in the background laughing, I guess, and then a machine turns on where we hear very meaty sounds. With our camera turning back on and then us seeing, oh. Dead children. My favorite feature of FNAF games. Night 3. Night 3 was presented with this thing called Blank, who also happens to be one of the two animatronics that killed me, so props to him, I guess. The way this man works is that, you remember the little window I told you about? Well, he will just fucking smash his arm into it. Are you fucking serious? And kill you. So yeah, stuff is finally getting interesting. But it's not enough to stop me from winning. We jump into another cutscene where we see the remnants of the little kids and police lines. They're still there, they haven't been removed to be examined, I guess. We're not shown anything more interesting, so we jump straight into night 4, which is mostly the same, except that this night we are presented with Old Candy. Now, although he may be very big, he's not that much of a hassle. Since he doesn't have the lights in his eyes, all you really just need to do is just check the door cameras. Well, you'll see the boy. The difficulty finally does start to pick up in this night, which is why this night was also the night that I figured out how to completely counter every single animatronic in the game. Basically, there's only really 4 cameras you need to check. Everything else is useless. Those cameras being the 2 door cameras, Blank's room, and then the window. And if you do everything correctly, congratulations, you're invincible. And the game is basically just a walk in the park. The cutscene we get from this night's victory is Candy and Cindy sitting on the conveyor, with this puppet knockoff pointing and saying, "This is our fault." Many games seems to heavily imply that the kids that were crushed into the conveyor seem to be the things possessing the animatronics, but anyway, night 5. Night 5 seems to be more of the same, with nothing really new happening. The night just keeps getting more difficult, that's it. That's what I would say if we did not get presented with this. This right here is an animatronic with the very creative name of The Rat. Why that's his name, I don't know, but he looks pretty cool, I guess. He basically acts in the same way as Old Candy does. Not really trouble. The only difference being really that he goes to both your left and your right door, so watch out for that. So yeah, that's it. Night 5 is pretty simple. In the cutscene we see, once again, both the puppet and instead of Candy and Sandy, now it's both Blank and Old Candy sitting there slumped. And the puppet knockoff crying like a little bitch, blaming everything on us. Night 6, yes, we're covering the extra nights. The difficulty from Night 6 doesn't really increase. It's basically just Night 5, but slightly harder. So it was kind of disappointing. I was just sitting there slumped, kind of waiting for something cool to happen, but no. But anyway, after finishing the night, we're presented with the rat, Old Candy, and Blank. Eventually, we see the rat get up and break the camera. Now, we get the ultimate custom night. Now, of course, on a normal game, I would probably not do anything if I somehow didn't accidentally fucking get this. Out of all the animatronics in this game, he's probably the coolest. Where's my phone? I lost it. Okay, here's a... oh. Hey, man. So yeah, while I was staring at the rat, I ended up getting these flashing numbers to appear. And turns out, those are ultimate custom night codes, which I put it in to play a secret night, it being in a shadow night, or as I called it, night. So anyway, after beating this night, you unlock camera 13, which is cool, I guess. You get to see the rat in the room. Amazing. So yeah, that's 5 Nights at Candy's. A pretty solid for a fan game. Of course, this is the remake I'm reviewing, as I said all the way in the beginning, but still, the game is very fun. It gets boring, of course, because it feels very repetitive after a while, with nothing really new after Night 5 getting added. And the ultimate custom night, it's an ultimate custom night. Unless you do 720 mode, it's like boring. It doesn't have any challenges. It's just there. It just exists. But there isn't really any big problems the game has. It's just good. I consider it a pretty good 3 out of 5. It upheld itself pretty good with mainline FNAF games, but with other greats, I think that we need to see some more from Emo before we say that, which we might in the future with the release of 5 Nights at Candy's 4s. When the release is happening, I don't know. So yeah, that's it. But anyway, see y'all next time.